Hey y'all, I'm Justin Skaggs, and this is the E-Lacrosse Stick Tech Question of the Week. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. We've been working a lot on pockets and the actual usage of a stick rather than the aesthetic value. Today, I'm going to show you how to do a real quick one-color all-around die, and then next week, we're going to do a second part of this tutorial, and I'm going to show you guys how to do a two-color glue die. So, let's get a little quick look at our sponsors, and let's have at it.
GymRelax.com, the International Lacrosse Mesh Headquarters. E-Lacrosse.com, everything you need to know about lacrosse. Style and strengths, custom pockets for an individual player. To properly boil and die a stick, you're going to need a tin tray such as the one you see here, the lacrosse head you wish to boil, the colors of dye in either powder or liquid, and a few pots of boiling water. Now, my first step is to bend the aluminum tray so that it fits the head a little bit better. This stops the dye from becoming diluted and gives you an appropriate color. Now this step can be avoided just by taking the head into the grocery store with you, but I had this one lying around, so I'm just going to do a little improv, and hopefully it'll work out just fine. Now it's time to get the boiling water. I use the actual tray that I'm going to use to dye the stick, so I know how much water I need. It saves the problem of having to measure, and it makes, it almost dummy proof. Now, whenever you're finished filling up this tray, you got to remember some of the water is going to evaporate. So I'm going to take this one little pot in the back, I'm going to fill up with some extra water. Now while your water's boiling, let's start setting up for cleanup and dyeing. Rip a trash bag in half and set your tin on it. This will stop dye from getting on your floor and be helpful when you clean up later. When your water starts to boil, it's time to put in your RIT dye. Just open up the package and spread it evenly across the tin. Slowly apply the boiling water. There's no rush to get your stick in here, the water will hold its heat just fine. It's better to be safe than sorry. Also, by doing this in a slow fashion, you lessen your chances of destroying your entire kitchen. Once you have the appropriate amount of water or something you find to be sufficient, stir up the dye and place the head in. Then go back for that extra pot of water and fill it up until it's completely submerged. You're going to want to come back and revisit your stick. Do this at least twice throughout the process to make sure everything's even. Don't forget to use a metal utensil and try to avoid puncturing the tin. When you see that your stick is the desired color, that's when it's ready to take out. There's no timer in this process, you just have to look for it. Run the stick under cold water and that will cure it, and you should be able to touch it without any dye coming onto your hands after this process is complete. When cleaning, it's important to get some of the water out. It's way too difficult to carry that tin all the way outside. Now that the water's low, just wrap it up and take it outside. Make sure you ask your parents where they want you to put it, or else you might get in trouble.
See guys, pretty painless. As long as you do what I say, the cleanup won't be that big of a deal, and you'll get a good color on your head. Now, tune in next week. We're going to have Chris Kumar. He's a very acclaimed dyer. He's a personal friend of mine. He's won countless awards. He's not even allowed to enter anything onto E-Lacrosse.com anymore. He is in every issue of U.S. Lacrosse. I think he's got about 6 months left in his contract. And he's currently dyeing the lacrosse sticks for all the U.S. Lacrosse gold medalists in the women's team. So tune in next week. We'll have him spruce this up a little bit, give you a little something more than just yellow. And I want to thank all my sponsors and all the viewers. And as always, have a good day. Keep laxing.